Adam Schefter.
Steve Burns.
Tom McCarthy. March is ending. April is beginning. March Madness is in full swing. Speaking of swings, baseball's about to begin. The Masters are next week. And we're outdoors. So once again, grab a beer, head to the dugout if you're Nick Castellanos, and welcome to the commentary booth. All right, guys. March Madness. My bracket's been completely destroyed.
Oh, yours.
No, you're still
Mine.
alive. Connors is bad.
Yeah,
I'm
Connors
done.
is bad because you picked Gonzaga. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. My bracket was good on the first day. Second day, I picked so many upsets. I think I picked six or seven double-digit seeds to make it to the next round, and 3 of those I picked to go to the Sweet 16, and, well, none of them really made it, except for High Point. High Point was the only one that I got right, but Bobby, when I checked the standings last time, you were in
Still
first.
in first, yeah. Houston's been doing me well so far. Florida getting bounced was huge for me because they're in the same conference as Houston.
Yes.
So that was great. I don't think I picked many upsets. The only one that's really been doing me good is Tennessee. I had Tennessee for some reason going to, I might have put them in the Final Four.
You're not the only one, because my dad picked Tennessee to go to the Elite
Far,
Eight.
yeah.
My girlfriend, even, who doesn't know anything about basketball, she picked them to go in. She's doing better than
But
me.
realistically,
which
as long
sucks.
as Houston stays alive and if Duke gets bounced and screws you over, I'm good.
Yes.
I should be solid.
They almost got bounced.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picked against Jerry McNamara. Do you know who Jerry McNamara is?
I do not.
Jerry McNamara was a basketball player from Scranton. He went on to play at Syracuse. He was one of the freshmen with Carmelo Anthony. They won the national championship. He went like 6 for 6
Yeah.
in the first
Huge
half.
game.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he was just pulling up from half court because that's just what he did. In the words of Jim Boeheim, we wouldn't have won 10 games without Jerry McNamara. And he's the coach of Siena, and they almost bounced Duke and became the third 16 seed to ever beat a 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. And Siena's played their starters 40 minutes. They played the entire game. They did not get taken out.
I think that's what killed them, because in the end you can tell like they
They're
started
gassed,
slowing down.
yeah.
Like you got to have a rotation of some sort. But that's all that's going on in March Madness right now. It's March 26th, I
Yes,
believe,
6th.
which
26th.
means baseball has already started. Well, technically it's already started from yesterday, but today's the full opening day. We got all the teams are playing today. And before we go into that, though, Team USA, what the hell? Like, what the actual hell, man? They were talking all year about how, this is the greatest baseball team ever put together. Skeens, Schwarber, Judge, Harper, Roman Anthony. Like, we got the whole crew together, and you put up that performance?
It's some BS. The Italian team is just Americans with an Italian last name.
Exactly,
If it ends in an
yes.
A or an O, they're on the Italian team, basically. Or an I. Any vowel.
Exactly. And, like, I was rooting for Aaron Nola because if Italy won, I think by 4 runs, the United States made it in. So it was nice to have the world kind of see what it's like to be an Aaron Nola fan. Either he goes 7-8 innings, no runs, 11 Ks, the greatest pitcher you've ever seen, or 4 innings, 6 earned runs, makes you wonder why we gave him $90 million to begin with.
Aaron Judge, too. Everyone's like, Aaron Judge is going to be it, and then he fell off through all of it.
Yep.
Just swinging and missing strikeouts all the goddamn time.
Yep. My boy Bryce, he had a pretty clutch moment, 8th inning 2-run home run, similar to the one in the 2022 National League Championship Series, but he also just could not get it done. And that's the thing about baseball nowadays is I'm afraid the trend is to just go for guys who can hit home runs instead of going for guys who can,
Consistently get singles, doubles,
Exactly.
and really
Like-
play outfield. Yeah.
Have we not learned anything from Brad Pitt and Moneyball? A guy who hits a 2-foot single and drives in a run is just as worthy as a guy who hits a 450-foot home run. But
From bench warmers.
yes,
And I have to say, like, the United States being beat in baseball just as, like, it's such an American sport in my eyes.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not as American as our football.
yes.
I don't know.
Like-
it's very Spanish.
It's
Is
It's
it?
very Hispanic.
Yeah, I was gonna
oriented.
say.
Yeah, that's all they do out there. And Japan too.
Okay.
Japan has really. I
That
swear
is
to God,
so interesting.
the Japanese, they just lock their eyes on whatever they want to do, and they become the greatest at it. It could be
Yes.
any sport ever.
That is so true. I mean, a few years ago, I remember Yu Darvish coming in. He was one of like the first Japanese players. I mean, there were pitchers before him, like a lot of relievers. There's that one from Boston, but then he came in and he became like the fastest player to reach 500 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was that Tanaka from the Yankees, and then Ohtani came in, and he was so hyped, and we all saw what he can do last
Two-way
year.
monster.
55 home runs, 50 stolen bases. That's just unfair. Just completely unfair.
Genuinely insanity.
Yeah, but speaking of Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers are probably going to win the National League again. They're probably going to win the World Series. They signed – who'd they sign this year? It was this Kyle Tucker, who is like one of the biggest free agents this year. And, well, that's the thing, boys, is there's been a lot of talk about if opening day is going to be on time next year. Bryce Harper was asked about it. He said, no, it's not going to start.
They need a salary cap.
They just do, yeah.
It's so bad. It's so unfair to the small market teams.
Exactly.
They just can't compete with anyone.
Yeah. I mean, the Dodgers get all these guys. They give them on backloaded deals. They'll be like, we'll give you $2 million for these years, then we're just going to pay you $50 million for your
Shohei
last 2
Ohtani, I
years.
don't think got paid for his first 4 years. So
Yeah.
they could sign everyone.
Yeah. And then I think his last 2 years, he goes $60 million and then $70 million. $700 million contract to play a sport. That's ridiculous.
A somewhat dying sport, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The attendance for I mean, there was some. I read somewhere that there was like decent attendance last year, but
It's good attendance in the big markets, but all the small market teams, they just don't sit. Like Pittsburgh Pirates games, they'll pay you to go to the games.
Oof.
And they had Skeens, too.
Yes.
Best pitcher in baseball.
Oh, thank you. But yeah. And speaking of the Pirates, I remember they said something about them offering Kyle Schwarber, where he was like, "Oh, thanks Reds for $140 million. Oh, Phillies $150 million." The Pirates are just like, "We'll give you $120."
Thanks, Pittsburgh.
Thanks. But yeah. So my prediction for the National League this year is the Dodgers. I'm assuming we're all going to pick the same.
Yeah.
American League, I'm going to go with, I think Seattle. I think Seattle's got this year because last year they were the fan favorite to make it, and I want to see them do it again this year. I want to see them take down the Dodgers, but I know they won't. So
I just want someone to take down the Dodgers.
I know. The Phillies got close. Poor Ryan Kerkering. Kerkering, I still love you. If you don't know, he threw the ball away from home plate, and that's why they lost. The Phillies got eliminated after that.
I'd
so.
love to see Cleveland do it. J-Ram's my guy. I love Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a very long time now. God, I remember when he's been like also very quietly a good,
elite,
solid player.
yeah.
Yeah, very solid. But all I can hope is the Mets once again choke. They lost Edwin Diaz. They lost Pete Alonso. They stole Bo Bichette away from the Phillies, and I hate their guts. And they signed Juan Soto to a $765 million contract, and they missed the playoffs last year. And I hope they do it again.
That'd be hilarious.
Beat the Mets. Sweep the
Just so
Mets.
I can laugh at my Mets fan, my friends. That's a Mets fan's face. Jesus. I can't talk.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. The Mets make me just as angry to stutter as well. But now, into the world of motorsports real quick. I already put up the F1 results for the last episode. You'll see those. For the Chinese Grand Prix, I'll just tell you guys real quick. Once again, Mercedes, we were talking about them last time.
Yeah.
Their illegal engines. They got P1, P2. Antonelli became the second youngest driver to ever win a Grand Prix.
Really?
At 19
Oh,
years. Yep.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah. George Russell got second. And then Lewis Hamilton got his first podium as a Ferrari.
It's so crazy to think in sports like these that there are people that are younger than me now.
I
And
know.
we're still young, and there are people that are younger than
I
me
know.
that are dominating at sports levels. Like
I
Ryan
talked about
Williams.
Hunter Zillich.
Yes.
He's younger than us.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's, I think he's turning 19 this year.
He's turning 19?
Yeah, 19 or 20. No, he's
my
turning
God.
20. He is 19. Something like that.
Oh my God.
He's 20 or younger.
Two
for sure.
years ago in college football, two of the best wide receivers in college football were both freshmen,
Yeah.
straight out of high school, didn't redshirt, Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith.
One of them was 17. I think
Yes.
Ryan Williams was 17, which is
That's ridiculous.
Playing
Just
at an
bonkers.
elite level against college kids. Also, since COVID and everything, not so much college kids, 28-year-olds and stuff like
exactly.
that. It's
Exact-
insanity.
And now, speaking of college kids, if we could divert away from motorsports a little bit, what's his name? What's his name? Not DJ Lagway. The one, Trinidad
Chambliss.
Yeah, Chambliss. He's coming back again. This is his
Did it get
sixth.
approved?
Yeah, this is his 6th year.
Yeah.
This is insanity. There's college kids who I know who were recruited in the same classes like C.J. Stroud and Trevor Lawrence who are still playing.
There was a kid from Miami a couple years ago. I think it was a tight end that was on his 9th year of
Yeah,
football.
he was like
That
30.
should not be legal.
No, it shouldn't. I understand COVID. You missed a year. fine. Enter in another year. But you can't just be like, hey, I got injured this year. Like, no, that's
Another
just
big
not
talk
fair.
with that was college wrestling too. That
Yeah.
some of these, like there were freshmen winning the national championship for college wrestling, and there were also going to be 26-year-olds
Yeah.
in college wrestling. That's just not fair.
Like, what's his name? Gable Stevenson was like 25, an Olympic wrestler.
Yes.
I think
Wow.
Olympic medalist too.
Wow.
He was wrestling against like 21-year-olds. He was 25.
It's just not fair.
It's not fair.
There
at
has
all.
to be an age limit.
Absolutely. But there's no age limit in college. There's also no age limit in F1. Congratulations to Kimi Antonelli. But this is a kind of a dark time in F1 because recently they canceled 2 races, both the races coming up in April. The Bahrain, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and Saudi Arabia due to what's going on in Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time races have been canceled since COVID.
Yeah, and
So-
the biggest deal is they're canceled. They're not being postponed.
Yeah,
they're not going
no,
to another track.
they're canceled.
They're
They're canceled.
So there's
Big
only going to
deal.
be about 20 races, and that, I mean, with the point systems and everything,
Huge.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
they've already they do their preseason tests on Bahrain, so it's crazy that like a month before they were fine, and then now it's because of what's happening in Iran, they're like, we're not gonna take any chances. But this also gives time for a lot of the teams to really figure out what's going on with their cars, like Red Bull. Figure it out now, because Max Verstappen, during the Chinese Grand Prix, 47th lap, he had to retire the car because it was just screwed. Isaac Hadjar spun out just randomly. I think who was it? Ollie Bearman? It was either Bearman or Ocon. He had to go past him, and he was turning. He just oversteer out of nowhere. So figure it out, Red Bull. Because speaking of Max Verstappen, he won. He won a race for Mercedes on the Nürburgring, the Green Death they call it.
Oh.
Yep.
Max Verstappen.
It's crazy because there was a picture of it every time they'd complete a lap. It would just say Max Verstappen +1, Max Verstappen +2, Max Verstappen plus. He was just lapping them, and it's when he doesn't need to manage the horrific battery system, because the battery system is just like if you press on it, it just goes down all the way, and you have to hit the brake. It goes up just a little bit, and then it just goes back down. So if he doesn't need to do that, he's fine. But he got disqualified after the race because he used one extra tire set in practice.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm?
My thought is like, why even let that be a possibility?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if they did it in practice, it should be a penalty for practice
Or
qualifying.
a grid penalty at least.
yeah,
just, like,
grid
back one
penalty.
bit.
I mean, even like in NASCAR, we have pass-throughs. So if there's some big penalty, if they don't pass inspection enough times, if they fail it 3 times, I think the number is, they have to go to the rear of the field, and on the first lap, they have to do a pass-through on pit road. Like, I feel like something like that, because doing it like after the race, it's like, okay, might as well just start park if you use too many.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
And he was just racing so good. There was actually one clip where he's racing, he's going around this one corner, there's 2 cars next to each other, and they're about as close as you guys are to me, and the guy's like, okay, back off, Max, he's going between the 2, and he gets past them, and there's a corner coming up, they brake, he does it, and he just goes right past, and he just goes, yeah, we're fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's just Verstappen, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, both those races, the Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, got canceled, which means this race coming up this weekend, the Japan Grand Prix, is going to be the last one until May.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know what the next race after that is. I forget if it's USA or Monaco. I can't wait for the Monaco race. That's
Monaco
always the
isn't in May anymore, right? That's been moved.
fun. Oh yeah, that's right. I think
Which
it's
is
in June.
crazy. Because usually it was the greatest day of racing. You started with Monaco,
Mhm.
then you had the Indy 500, then you had the Coke 600.
Yep.
Yeah.
All 3 series, F1, IndyCar, and NASCAR. Now it's gone. It's just
Yeah,
IndyCar
it's
and
crazy.
NASCAR.
Yep. And I just love Monaco so much. I love that Monaco because they're so tight. The corners
Yeah.
are so tight.
Some of the worst racing in all of motorsports, but it's very nice.
Yes, absolutely. Fernando Alonso, I think, was the only person last year to actually
Yeah.
lose a position because he pitted. Because
Yeah,
that's how tight,
one
that's how tight
person,
the corners are.
One driver lost position. That's it.
Have you guys ever heard Fernando Alonso's radio calls?
No.
I believe I have.
There's one. He's for Team Aston Martin, who sucks. But they kept talking to him throughout the entire thing, and randomly he just goes, "If you keep talking to me every lap, I'm gonna disconnect the radio." He's just sick of it. He's like 38 years old. He's older than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love.
It
Fernando.
reminds me of good old Kyle Busch and his brother Kurt Busch some of the times in the booth.
I've heard
I
those.
think it was Kyle Busch one time. He just was not responding to any of his crew. Just gave them the silent treatment, which I kind of missed that. Kyle Busch. He's kind of stepped back a few steps when he went to RCR. Now he's not winning as much, but
He's also calmed down a little bit.
Yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
say, He's mellowed out since
Yeah.
the
yeah,
Got
I
him on
think
Adderall.
I think it's really like for drivers, they calm down at the end of their
Yeah.
careers.
Yeah.
Kurt Busch was hated early in his career. Now he's loved. Same for Kyle Busch. Kind of happening to Denny Hamlin a little bit. So it's interesting to see in motorsports.
Yes. Speaking of motorsports, Connor, is there any updates on NASCAR? Any of our points?
Yeah.
How'd my guys do? Did they do good? Not.
Let's see. 2 races
Because I
have
remember
happened.
I picked Alex Bowman.
Yeah. So Justin Allgaier, he got 12 points at Las Vegas. You picked Eric Jones, 27 points at
Okay.
Darlington.
Okay.
That was, I believe, the best finisher, but I got the most points at Darlington, 32 points with Chase Briscoe, and then I got 14 points with the
This guy.
35 of Riley Herbst at Las Vegas. And Bobby, 15 points with Carson Hocevar at Las Vegas. And do you want to guess your number? The number of points you got from Darlington?
2.
A little bit higher.
5.
One more.
6.
6.
6.
How does that feel?
6 points. Oh my God.
So currently, I'm in the 200s, 216.
Of course you
Luke
are.
is in the 100s, 149, and
I don't
Bobby
think
is
I've
still
cracked
under
100 yet. Yeah, I
100.
haven't cracked 100 yet.
89 points.
Oh my God. And remember before when we were just being like, oh my God, Bobby, you're a fixer.
We thought
We're-
you were
you're
I
picks are
knew,
genius.
I knew it was curse once I heard the first race that Zillish didn't finish the race.
Yeah.
I knew I was screwed from
You're
there.
messed up after that, which I think you can make it back later in the season, but
Don't give me false hope. Any
I said
hope
there's a
is-
chance. There's
I
always
am
a
an
chance.
Arizona Cardinals fan. Any hope is false
hey,
hope.
hey, I'm an Alex Bowman fan. But talking about Alex Bowman, he's out until after Bristol, which that's 3 more weeks after, including Easter break.
That's a pretty big race,
It's like,
too.
yeah, but it's 6 weeks. He's gonna be out, 5 races, so his chase odds are looking really low. But now it's on to contract negotiations and whatnot. Will he be at Hendrick next year? They're not going to include this injury into their discussions. Probably they're just going to ignore it and see what happens afterwards. But you got to think he has to win 1 or 2 races.
At least. At
but
least.
yeah, and talking about coming up races, we have Martinsville this weekend.
Nice.
I have Kyle Busch, talking about him. Luke has Zane Smith, mid-pack guy. You have Ryan Preece. And Ryan Preece is an amazing short track winner. He won the Clash earlier this year, which is a short track
It's
race.
hyping me up.
This
I
is your
know
chance.
it's gonna
It's the
go
most-
wrong. I know.
He was running top 3 this weekend at Darlington, too.
Hey.
He's going to do amazing.
He's gonna crash 1 lap in.
And if that's the case, here's the footage. Hopefully there's no footage.
Just immediately. it's like when we were predicting F1 races.
Yeah.
And I said, my prediction is Oscar Piastri. And I look, it says Oscar Piastri will not start the
He's
Australian.
he's gonna
Oh,
start.
crap.
He's gonna start the engine. He's gonna start his engine. It's just gonna fall through the car.
Yeah, just
Onto the
flop
tarmac.
out.
Just fall
oil
apart like
everywhere.
Lego bricks.
Yeah.
Just fall apart.
Oh man. Yeah, but NASCAR right now, Martinsville, then Easter break, then Bristol. It's a trend of short tracks. We have Darlington, Martinsville, then Bristol. So
When's the next race?
this weekend, there's only one
Saturday or
off
Sunday?
weekend. Sunday, one off weekend
Okay.
every single year right now, and that's
know
this weekend, Easter
I'm
weekend.
gonna watch this
Easter
on
weekend.
Sunday.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch.
Is
on
this your
Sunday,
first
and I'm gonna
race?
pull, yes, and I'm gonna
Okay.
pull. I'm gonna pull for the win. Hopefully, pray to God. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, there you go. Pray to
Watching
God.
is fun. And I will be up at 1 in the morning watching the Japan Grand Prix because, well, I live in the United States of America, unfortunately. But speaking of living in the United States of America, there's something going on down south right now. They're all preparing for it. The good old Masters. The Masters tournament for golf. Last year, Rory McIlroy completed the career Grand Slam. He won the U.S. Open. He won the Open. He won the PGA Championship. And he's got his green jacket after years, literal years of just like getting this close, literally this
Good
close.
for Rory. He's such
Yeah.
a cool person. Too.
He is.
He deserved it genuinely.
And it was the most up and down round of golf I have ever seen ever. Because there was like shots. Oh, he hit it in the tree. Oh my God, he stuck that shot into the middle of the green. Oh no, he hit it in the water. He stuck it 8 feet.
putt.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, and though it ended in a playoff, the emotion that came out of him, it was so awesome. But yeah, so Masters is coming up. I'm actually going to a the PGA Championship this year, which takes place in Pennsylvania.
Nice.
That'll be, yeah. I'm gonna go there with my cousin, my dad, and my brother.
I was
And
gonna say maybe my dad and my uncle will make a drive down.
yeah, I'm going. I think I forget if it's Thursday or Friday, but one of those days, and it'll be really cool to see all the guys because that's like a huge event. So everyone's gonna be there. But this year, I mean, it's kind of hard to pick against him. Scotty Scheffler,
Yeah.
world number one,
On
the
fire.
Tiger Woods of our generation. I do want to pick Rory, but Rory's kind of been like up and down recently. I think since his Masters jacket, he's just like, all right,
We don't care.
I don't gotta worry about this anymore. So that's what's been going on. And now on to our fabled segments.
Yes.
We almost forgot about them because we got all pockets. No brains. And for my all pockets, no brains comes recently. It's the Phillies just renovated their Hall of Fame club. You know, where all like the players sit and everything. You know, it's fancy. They got pictures on the wall. Except there's a picture of Bryce Harper receiving his 2021 National League MVP, which was a fantastic season. The picture, however, reads Bryce Harper, 2022 National League MVP.
That's rough.
That is rough.
That's rough.
That's rough. I already hate the owner enough for letting Bo Bichette walk, you know, and he also declined to let Reese Hoskins, a fan favorite, return. So I already hate him enough. But then there was another picture, Kyle Schwarber, monster year last year, 56 home runs, 132 RBIs, All-Star Game MVP. I mean, just
Schwarber.
towering. Yeah, Schwarbomb after Schwarbomb. I mean, 4 home run game against the Braves. Screw the Braves, can I just say that? But they had him listed as Kyle Schwarber, 2025 Home Run Derby champion. He didn't even compete in the Home Run Derby. Literally
That's crazy.
did not compete.
Wow.
I mean, there was like a Home Run Derby at the end of the All-Star game where they each got 3 swings, and he hit a home run on each of the 3 swings because he's Kyle Schwarber. But that's not, you're not
Going
that's not
0 for
Home
2
Run
on
Derby.
trophies is nuts.
Yeah, exactly. So, Dave, sell the team, give it to someone else, let them take the reins, and just go away. Bye-bye. All right, now, Connor, what do you
Yes.
have for your all pockets, no brains?
So it's about a truck series driver in NASCAR, Daniel Dye, and he's been suspended indefinitely about some
What?
more remarks about David Malukas, an IndyCar driver. So he was on a live stream and said some comments about his sexuality, and
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
so he's out for now,
Uh-oh.
and he has a really bad history, and I don't know how he was part of Ram's return to NASCAR. So now they have to find another driver for the Truck Series truck. AJ Allmendinger filled in that seat. He's a Cup
God,
Series driver.
I wish
so.
Nick Castellanos was on the Phillies right now. Could you imagine?
The scenes.
Yeah, oh my God. He would have hit a home run.
would've hit a home run?
He would have hit 50 this year.
He might
There's
have
something,
a grand slam, yeah.
there's something going on in Iran, the Epstein files, this. I mean, come on.
Anything.
But, wow, so he got suspended just
Indefinitely. So that happens
Wow.
all the time. That's how NASCAR does it. He's going to have to be in some sensitivity training.
Okay.
Kyle Busch had to do it for some things he said a few years ago.
Not shocking at
Kyle
all.
Larson did it back in 2020. Actually, on a live stream, he said slur.
Out of all the
So-
sports, it's crazy that NASCAR is the only one that gets it right.
I know,
yeah.
right?
So yeah, it's
Right?
indefinitely until they do training, and then NASCAR could reinstate. But I think honestly, Daniel Dye, I think his career is over. He's young, and he doesn't really have that much skill. And now he's gonna have this on his record. Then again, after some things he did in high school, I thought that would be it.
Yeah.
But here he was in a series truck for Colleague, which is a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Deshaun
so-
Watson had 32 cases against him, and he got 6 games. This guy just called someone,
And a $200-something million
Yeah.
contract.
yeah,
Like,
and he got it like
yeah.
better. But that's crazy, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming that probably happens a lot with NASCAR and IndyCar, especially because, like, you know, it's I don't want to say it's it's a redneck sport, but it kind of is a redneck
It's not that
sport.
common. I mean, There's indefinite suspensions
Yeah.
at least every year, but not always drivers. Sometimes it's crew members. But for drivers, it's not common per se. I mean, every few years you'll have something.
Right.
Sometimes it's something they said. Sometimes it's an action they did. But
Right.
yeah.
All right. Well, Bobby, who do you have for your all pockets?
So I don't
No
have
brain?
a specific moment. I have a person.
Oh boy.
I have Herb Dean. Anyone that has watched the UFC recently
Yep.
knows that Herb Dean is out there trying to get people killed. This man calls the knockouts extremely late.
He
Like,
does.
genuinely, these people are on the floor defenseless for about 15 seconds, and he's sitting there not calling it, telling them to keep swinging on him. Like, defenseless on the ground, like that. Literally look like they're knocked out on the floor, and Herb Dean just like, let him go, nope, still on. He's trying to get people killed.
Yeah.
I love when he steps in. He's like, fight back, and the guy's like this, just getting the crap rocked out of him. Like,
Yeah, it's the worst advice possible. Oh, get up. That's what when your coaches say that.
Yeah.
Oh, get up. I can't.
there's a 185-pound guy on top of me swinging for the fences on my face. I can't.
He is hammer fisting on my head as hard as possible. I cannot move.
There was one night where he got into it with a commentator. Do you remember that night? Mm-hmm. It was a fight night, and he had two really late stoppages. Or one was really late. The other was just really bad. No, it was, oh my God, Dan Hardy.
Okay.
Dan Hardy, that's who it was.
I remember Bisping during COVID was screaming at Herb Dean because he doesn't stop the fights.
Yep.
Like, you are putting the fighters in harm.
Yep.
Even with chokes and submission and like arm bars and stuff like that. Like you could severely injure people, and he's just not calling fights. And he used to be like thought as a really great ref.
I honestly think during his prime he was the best
Yeah,
ref
and
out there.
as of recently, he just has just been letting them fight too much. Like, there's a difference between letting them fight and letting someone get brutally injured.
Yeah. I would so much rather an early stoppage than a late stoppage.
Oh my God,
Yeah, an early stoppage, at least it's like, oh man, that, like, it probably would have gone that way still, but but a late stoppage is like you're dealing with death.
Yes,
honestly,
like
people have died.
brain injury. You could lose a limb if you breaks the wrong way, strike a nerve. Like, genuinely.
I mean, it can't be worse than Steve Mazzagatti. You remember him? Steve Mazzagatti was, in my opinion, the worst ref ever. I mean, he did late stoppages like Herb Dean nowadays, but there was one famous incident where this guy had a guy in a choke, and Mazzagatti's just standing there like this watching him. And then the guy lets go. He falls to the ground. Steve Mazzagatti just goes,
Oh, I've seen that clip. Yeah.
just stops the fight. Just like he's out. Oh my God, he's out. Whoa. Yeah. But has it really been? I haven't been keeping up with the UFC lately. Has it really been
Herb
that bad?
Dean's still bad.
Is he?
It just has not changed.
Wow. I mean, he used to be the golden standard. That's crazy.
Now it's just every time you see him there, you're like, uh-oh, if something happens, someone's going to die. And genuinely, it looks like it.
Yeah. It's scary. It's scary because, I mean, there's been so much in the UFC where, like, fights have gone on way longer than they should have. And sometimes it's the ref's fault. Other times it's like the coaches need to know when to step in. But also, like, when you have a guy defenseless on the ground, like,
And you know what's bad when the announcers, who like half of which are former UFC fighters or professional MMA fighters, going, stop the fight, stop the fight, stop the fight, and they're just not stopping the fight.
That's what Dan Hardy yelled at me. He yelled, stop the fight, and then Paul Felder turned and goes, that's the second time. And then what Herb Dean walked over they got into a screaming match against each other. So, yeah, be better, Herb Dean. Be better. You got to get some balls. You really got to get some balls. Yeah. And this leads into our next segment, Got Balls. And with baseball around the corner, let's bring it back to 2019 when the Philadelphia Phillies they just signed Bryce Harper. They were having a bit of a disappointing year. And it was the top of the 15th inning. The Phillies had used up all of their pitchers up to this point. So they put in a center fielder named Roman Quinn on the mound, but there's a problem. They don't have any fielders either. They don't have any fielders. They can't put anyone out there. So they sent starting pitcher, Phillies legend, Vince Velasquez, out there at left field. And a few runners get on base because it's Roman Quinn up to pitch. And Vince picks up the ball. The runner's trying to turn third and go home. Vince guns him down from the outfield. The crowd just goes, they go ballistic, yeah. Roman Quinn allows a run, though. And then a few batters later, it's a line drive back into left field. Vince Velasquez makes a diving catch to end the inning. Like, and this isn't the first time, actually, a Phillies pitcher has been out in left field before. Ryan Howard's only career ejection led to Roy Oswalt, who was like 35 years old, to go out into left field. And it was like, again, the 14th inning. But Vince Velasquez, man, Phillies legend during those rebuild years of 2016 and 2017. Threw 16 Ks in one game one time, which was crazy, and then he just never was the same after that game. But, man, I remember it was late at night watching that game. Vince Velasquez gunned that guy from left field, make a diving catch, and then he almost gunned another guy as the guy was coming home, and he just kept throwing these balls on a dot. Like, it was crazy. And then there's also another incident where the Phillies had to put out a player on the mound. Wilson Valdez, another Phillies legend, 19th inning. Out of pitchers, they put him out on the mound. He actually got a win because they won the game.
Wow.
His career ERA, 0.0, 1 win, 1 inning pitch. Hey, that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need. But I miss Vince Velasquez. I miss those Phillies because at least we sucked, and we knew we sucked. But, you know, that's how it's going. Now, Connor,
Yeah.
what do you have for your got balls? Do you got balls?
I do have balls.
Okay,
Got
let's hear it.
balls. But we're going to talk about Martinsville this coming weekend. We're going to talk about one of the most memorable things, one of the most got ball segments ever for a NASCAR time. That was gibberish. But we're going to talk about Ross Chastain and the Hail Melon, 2022 Martinsville. So it was playoff time. They were going to the championship before the next race. Ross Chastain had to gain 1 spot to make that round. And Martinsville, you have to brake really, really hard.
Short track, right?
Well, yeah, short track. Very flat, doesn't have banking like other short tracks of like Bristol. He's like, let's think back to like NASCAR 2007 or 2003, some of those video games, you know, at the time maybe NASCAR Heat 5, Heat 4. So let's just go, you know, grab a gear, go into 5th gear, and just ride the wall.
I've seen the clip before.
Yeah, so he just rides the wall, which I think I brought it up before, but it's one of the most amazing things ever. You know, he just thought about it, like he was like, need a few more positions, and he goes through 1 and 2. They didn't ask permission. He just did it. And now that car and the wall, they took the wall out, which they were replacing the safer barrier, I think. Now that's at the track house team, and yeah. Ross Chastain is a crazy man, and he almost won the championship.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, he finished second, and it was like,
Oh,
I think
man.
like 2,000ths of a second. Like it was close. He was
Crazy,
side
yeah.
by side across the line.
Damn.
So, if only he could have beat Joey Logano.
I'm putting my foot on the gas, and I'm not raising till I see God or the checkered flag. But that's from another clip, right? That's
Yeah, I forget. I think that's a short track.
So why? So can I just ask, like, because I know I know like the barriers are obviously safety. In F1, it's like the walls are just tires stacked on top
Yeah.
of each other. So like, how was he able to do that? Was it just like was it like metal or plastic or like what
So-
was it? I mean, obviously it wasn't
Yeah,
plastic,
it
but you
wasn't
know.
plastic. Well, kind of actually. So they have the concrete on the outside.
Mhm.
So these are the safer barriers that they have. They used to be just concrete or guardrails. But after Dale Earnhardt's death,
I was gonna
they really
say.
put a lot of safety features in.
Right.
So it's a concrete wall with like a styrofoam middle, and then a steel wall that is actually at the racetrack. Some tracks they do have tires like on the inside wall, like Nashville, and then some road courses.
Right.
But primarily on ovals, they have the safer barrier on the outside. So it's very sturdy, and you could see in the video when he's going around it, the wall moves into the styrofoam. Yeah. But those safer barriers, you look at some instances like Ryan Blaney a few years ago, 2023. Like he has said it is exactly the same accident that killed Dale Earnhardt.
Really?
Yeah, same spot.
Wow.
And like one of the worst G-forces in this car, and he walked away. And like you could see the safer barrier, the foam just completely compresses against the concrete. It was that extreme of a hit.
Wow.
And he walked away from it. So a testament to NASCAR safety.
It really is. I mean, and we've talked about this before with safety in all motorsports, really, F1 and NASCAR, just like how unsafe it used to be
Yeah.
and now how safe it is. I mean, that kind of brings me back to, speaking of safety measures, this speaks to the safety of F1. There's this one car, I think it was 2022, Quater, I think it was, the Grand Prix, first lap. Forget the guy's name. It's something German, whatever. Europe, something very European that I can't pronounce. He went off the track. His car split in half, crashed.
Oh,
Fireball.
Romain Grosjean.
Yeah. Fireball. And for 30 seconds, you see no movement.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then he just pops out, and you're like, how the hell did he do that?
Yeah, he races an IndyCar now.
Really?
Yeah. I think he still is, but I know a few years ago he definitely was. So that's a really popular pipeline. If people don't make it in Indy or in F1,
they go to Indy?
IndyCar.
Makes sense.
Logan Sargent, the American that was just in F1.
Oh, yeah.
He's in IndyCar right now.
Nice.
Yeah, and some other guys.
Of course. All right, now, Bobby, after all that talk of racing, do you got balls?
Unfortunately,
you have as
I
much
left
balls?
mine at the school.
Great.
But someone that does.
That's all for today.
This,
That's all.
this is a pivotal moment for any football fan our age,
course.
about their early 20s or late teens. November 23rd, 2014, Cowboys versus Giants, when Eli Manning tosses a ball up in the air and Odell Beckham Jr. does the most spectacular one-handed catch we have ever seen at any time at this point. And, it's so crazy of a catch that it genuinely affected our generation so much, because after that, all kids wanted to do is be Odell and do a one-handed catch. So from, old school, they were always use two hands in the ball, always use two hands in the ball, never use one hand. And now it's everyone's trying to have the one-hand flashy catch, all because of this one singular catch by Odell Beckham Jr. It changed the game of football.
Wow.
It was like he reached out behind him. You didn't even see the ball. It just hit his hand.
Flag called for pass interference, and he's all the way back. It's genuinely one of the most insane catches I've ever seen in my lifetime.
It wasn't even one hand. It was more like two fingers.
Yeah.
Because he reeled that in. And then people say, oh, what about the gloves? I would love to see someone try to make that catch
gloves don't
with or without gloves. That was insane. And, I mean, when I think about that catch, I think about that era of the NFL. He made it on the cover of Madden then with that catch in the background.
And then Madden put the aggressive catches in the game, and every single time you press Y, they just jump up and one-hand the ball or catch the ball. I'm telling you, for our generation, it changed the landscape of football.
Yeah, because there wasn't. There were cool catches, but there wasn't really a lot of
Nothing like
cool
that.
one-handed catches. Now you have guys like Justin Jefferson, which he made a great one-handed catch against the Bills. But yeah, that was the next day in school. That's all people were talking about. I remember.
That's all for 2 years. That's all people talked about was Odell Beckham Jr. And this was Odell Beckham Jr.'s rookie year.
Yes.
He was a rookie. Now, at LSU, he had some crazy one-handed catches, too. He used to one-handed catch punt returns or kick returns.
Yes.
So the ball's flying in the air, he just whoosh, and then kneed. It's just, genuinely pivotal moment in, every teenage / 20-year-old's football memory is either watching it live or seeing the highlight of Odell Beckham Jr.'s catch, and then every single one of their friends, every time you ever play catch, just trying to one-hand the ball.
Yep, behind the back, one-hand grab. OBJ, and then his career has not been optimal, but still, he will forever be remembered in NFL history for. I think his gloves are in the Hall of Fame.
Probably.
Yeah.
From that catch. Yeah.
They should. That was just an insane catch. If you don't know, you should watch it. It's just absolutely crazy. But boys, that's all the time we have out here. I think it's going to rain soon,
Now, hold
and
on.
there's a cops.
Before we end, I just want to say we took the time out of our day to come out here, enjoy the great outdoors and the nice, beautiful day.
Yeah.
When you guys see this, if it's nice outside, go enjoy the outdoors.
Yes.
Go for a walk.
Yes.
Walk your dog. Enjoy the nice weather while it lasts.
Walk your cat.
Walk anything. Walk your grandma. I don't care. Go outside. Enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah.
And just take it in, because it's going to rain all the time. It's going to get hot as crap soon. Just enjoy it.
And we're at a baseball field right now.
Yeah, this
like
is
behind the
actually-
cameras are a
yeah.
baseball field. Go out and play sports. Go, go play golf with your boys. Go play basketball. Do something. Go walk, run a marathon. I don't care. Just go outside.
Do
And
something.
talking about it, this baseball field, I used to play here in kindergarten, first grade. Used to practice here. So, yeah, no matter your age, go have some fun with some sports.
Go touch grass.
Touch grass.
That is the message of today's show, is go touch grass. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. All right. Thank you for joining the commentary booth. Peace.
See ya.
Bye.